Wow, we're on week 99.
Doing it live on top of a volcano.
Only one more week. Week 100
Yeah,
next week.
it
That's
is.
huge.
It is 100 weeks. Man, we've basically been doing this every week for pretty much 2 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Like, it's gone really fast. Yeah, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate that you guys come along and watch this. Hopefully this will provide some information to you that will help you understand what's happening with Bitcoin or El Salvador or something just real crazy.
Yeah, and also I think one thing is it's really nice not to have the rain.
On a side note.
On a side note, yeah.
Yep. So anybody who's new to this, we've got questions which can be, if you put your question in the chat box, either on today YouTube and Rumble, hopefully, I think, all going well. I'm not sure, but I'll check in a moment. You can put your questions in there. We'll answer them at the end when our little Salvadoran flag at the bottom here gets to the Q&A section. So you can follow us along. You can follow along on our journey using that flag, which is really cool.
And it's been a big week because this week we spent most of the time up in San Salvador. So it's been a big change than being in Berlin. So lots of things have been happening this week.
They certainly have. And we're doing a shameless plug because it's week 99 and basically we did a whole heap of stuff for ourselves, which is going to be our ebook. So anybody who's not aware, we do sell an ebook which basically compiles a whole heap of the information that we have into one document. And you can also book time to talk to us as well. And every month, because today is the first of the month, we give away a free 45-minute call to somebody who's on our mailing list. So if you're not on our mailing list and you would like a free call with us, go down into the description, find the Substack link and join.
Awesome. Well done. Hey, so any sats shout outs?
There is a sats shout out. Mark of Bitcoin, you're a champion. I didn't even have to look at my phone. I know he's already sent us something.
What wallet?
That's a great question. So Mark of Bitcoin did send the wallet the 2,100 sats to Wallet of Satoshi. Hopefully I won't miss this show. Yeah. We hope you won't miss it too. We always appreciate you guys tuning in live. It's always much more fun having live people on the chat.
It is. And also, please, as James said, if you've got any questions, put the questions in the comments and we will answer them at the end. It's always nice to watch and see the chatter between everybody who's watching as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, just speaking about sats, in the top there, Nikki's got a QR code by her head. That QR code, if you zap that one and you put a comment in your... Yeah, that one there. If you put a comment in with your transaction, it will actually pop up as a super chat over there, which is really cool. And there's 3 modes. There's nothing, there's confetti, and there's lightning zaps, depending on how many sats you send. And then I had one other thing I was going to mention. At the service, we're going to give away a small number of sats, and we're going to do it on our phone today. We're going to show you the voucher code on here, which is done through the Blink voucher system. Yeah,
and it's just a great way where you can see how easy it is to create a QR code and to send money to people.
You can sell Bitcoin.
Yeah,
you could actually become your own shop with the Blink wallet. Sorry, people in the United States.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
Because, I'm not going to say anymore.
Okay, right. So just a quick...
shout out. Thanks to Tim on the desk.
Oh, yes, Tim. Thank you.
We're all going smoothly, which is great.
And also just a quick casual meetup, all the meetups that are happening in the next week or so in regards to here in El Salvador. These are just a little brief outline. Please subscribe, as James said, to our newsletter and you will get a lot more detail in there. Right, okay, so Monday, Bitcoin Berlin has their weekly meetup at the Bitcoin Centre at 6:30. Today. There
will be one today.
Yes, and then My First Bitcoin have an open home every Tuesday from 2 till 7. And then there's a casual meetup on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. So it's actually earlier than that. Sorry, I put 7 p.m, but I know it is 6 p.m. So in San Salvador.
And it's good.
And it was. It was really good. And then we have, of course, the Bitcoin Beach Friday dinners. And this weekend we have the Bitcoin Farmers Market, but it's here in Berlin, so that's a nice change. We have it once a month up here. Bitcoin is out west every second Monday, 8th of July it will be, and that is at the Spanish Beats Cafe, and that's in Santa Ana. Then we've got NOSTR Devs meetup at the last Wednesday of the month, which will be the 31st. We managed to get there this week, so we've got a little bit of information to share on that. My First Bitcoin on the 25th of July, the last Thursday of the month, have their monthly meetup. Bitcoin Beach on the last Friday of the month at Pale Verde down in El Zonte, and of course the Bitcoin Island trip. So the first Saturday of the month, Bitcoin Beach do a trip from El Zonte down to Isla La Playa, and that leaves at something like 6 a.m. from Bitcoin Beach. So awesome. And of course we have the Adopting BTC. If you haven't got tickets, the tickets have gone up from today.
No, they haven't.
They haven't?
They're going up at midnight tonight.
Oh, they're going up at midnight tonight.
So
okay.
It's Central Standard Time. So
get
hustle.
your tickets today.
Yeah.
And that is in November, on the 15th and 16th of November in San Salvador.
Yep.
And there's a movie night on the 15th, and of course there's the unconference on the 14th. So if you're coming to El Salvador for the Bitcoin Adopting Conference, make sure you book at least a week one way and a week the other way, or either side of the
because there's
conference.
Lots to see and do, and you're going to meet people and they're going to have really cool ideas, and you're going to be like, man, I wish I had more time to hang out with these really cool people and do really cool things.
Yeah.
Just generally.
Cool. All right. So heaps and heaps all happening.
Yes.
It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Now, for anybody who doesn't know, we are in the studio of the Bitcoin Berlin Bitcoin Berlin Center, the community center. And this podcast studio has been put together by a lot of really, really awesome people. Yes. And we thank them very much. And if anybody would like to come to the Bitcoin Berlin Center and use the studio, please reach out to the Bitcoin Berlin team. The best way to do that is actually through Twitter. Or you can reach out to us and we'll put you in touch with somebody as well. Yep. Plus, there's a classroom, a welcome area where you can learn a whole heap of stuff, and a workshop area and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
There's heaps here. So
Yes.
if you are in Berlin, you do need to come and visit the Bitcoin Center. I think one of the biggest things, and it's something that I've noticed happen today, please reach out to the Bitcoin Berlin, I suppose, Twitter or X. Send them a DM and just say you're here, so we can make sure the center's open for you. Because I mean, this is all opened on volunteer services, and so sometimes people have to run away and go and do things, so that can't be open. If you let us know you're coming, we can make sure that we get it open for you.
And when we say let us know you're coming, not like, hey, I'm here. Give us a few days or something. It makes it easier for us to talk to other people and say, hey, they're going to be here on this day, roughly this time. Can we make sure the center's going to be open? Because last minute, I mean, today, Monday, when people tell us, hey, I'm here in Berlin on Monday, it's like Monday is not the day to try and meet us.
Yeah, especially James and I. Everyone
like
else.
us personally.
Okay, Monday.
Oh, we're doing it. So I'm going to move the flag.
Yes.
All right, and we've moved to camera 2. I like it. Yeah,
right.
I like it.
Hello.
A bit of variation for you guys. I like it how Tim's got his own program going on over there. It's great. All right. So Monday was a big day catching up on work. We're also preparing for the live and the newsletter, and we headed to the centre for the live in the afternoon. And then we had dinner with Steve. So Steve was a huge benefactor to this awesome podcast studio, the technology in the centre, and he's got a career centre here for Salvadorans who can speak. Basically, if you've got really good English, enough for a call centre, he will train you on Microsoft products. So if you know a Salvadoran who would like to move to Berlin to live in a cooler environment, in a smaller town with lower costs, and be trained in world-class products that they can then get remote work with, talk to us, talk to Berlin, talk to us. We'll put you in touch with the right people. So it was really awesome. Steve had a great time here in Berlin. It was a great chance for us to catch up with him, and we really appreciate him being here, everything he's done. It's amazing.
Absolutely. All right, Tuesday. So Tuesday we got up early and we actually headed to San Salvador. So we had the typical car stuff you need to get done, like your service, your car tyres, shock absorbers, everything else.
We did an
oil change.
Yeah.
So we chose to drive into San Salvador to get that done, partly also because we had to go and get our 2-year residency cards.
Woo!
Yeah. So we have now got 1 more year of having temporary residency, and we can now after this 1 year, we'll be able to apply for our permanent residency, which is pretty
Citizenship.
cool.
Oh,
No,
wait, permanent residency. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you have questions about residencies, citizenships, moving to El Salvador, today's the episode because we're
Yes.
promoting ourselves, and we're going to talk about it in the service section and at the end.
Thanks, NOSTR rocks.
NOSTR rocks, 2,100 sats. I think I know who that is, and
Yeah.
NOSTR does rock. We use NOSTR. We posted on NOSTR this morning,
Oh, did we?
and we're going to talk about the meetup we went to on the Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we headed to immigration. We picked up our residency cards. So that was really great to get those. And yeah, it's just another year done, really. Then we went looking for shoes with James, and we took an Uber. In fact, we took an Uber both times because we'd already dropped the car off.
Yeah.
We had some great Uber drivers.
Yeah.
In San Salvador. Really, really good.
Yes.
They were. The conversation we had with them was amazing. They were very open to Bitcoin, and so most of them had Chivo wallets, and so it was really great the fact that we were able to tip them with the Chivo wallets and have a really good conversation. In fact, we've ended up having one of the Uber drivers is now following us, so he may be watching us.
Oh, he could be watching us if
So,
he is. Hello. It was awesome. We use our limited Spanish to talk about where we've come from, why we're in El Salvador, how long we've been in El Salvador. And it's fun. And then, of course, I use the opportunity to talk about Bitcoin and I offer to tip them outside of Uber through Bitcoin in person in the wallet. And they've generally been open to it, which is really good.
No, it's really good.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, we've got lots of mosquitoes in the
Crikey.
centre.
Yeah.
Okay, and then once James actually picked up some shoes, which was really good. They didn't accept Bitcoin though. We had a really nice lunch in town, and then we went back to the Airbnb that we're staying in a great Airbnb in San Salvador, very reasonably priced, and just very comfortable, quiet, dark. We were really, really impressed with that.
Did you say dark?
Dark at night. There was
dark at night.
There was no light
okay.
pollution.
All right.
It was really, really lovely. And then on Tuesday evening, we were able to walk down to the Tuesday casual meetup. So it was the first time we'd managed to get to the Tuesday casual meetup in San Salvador. We had great pizza, great conversation, and met lots of new visitors and lots of old friends who have been in San Salvador. So it was really cool just to go and hang out with some different people and do some different things. Yeah.
We had a great time. We went to La Classica Pizza. Now, one thing that we sort of forgot, we definitely forgot, that my first Bitcoin was having a open house beforehand. And I think it's open from 2 until 7 or something.
Yeah.
So we forgot about that. So we were a bit gutted because apparently they've done a lot of upgrades in there. And it's just across the main highway. Anyway, the My First Bitcoin team started turning up at the pizza, La Classica Pizza. It was a really good meetup. New people for us to meet in person, which was great. And good food, good people, really easy. Yeah,
No, it was.
And then it poured with rain.
Yeah. We had to Uber home.
Yeah, even though it was only 500 meters.
Yeah, it was pissing me out.
It was weird. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next. Wednesday. This is my one. We worked for a few hours in the morning. The guys had good remote, good internet at the house, which was great. Lots of zones, which is really good. So we just set ourselves up. Their family was actually a coffee growing family, so they had their own personal coffee that they served every morning, which was really cool. It was good coffee.
Yeah.
Barry, our good friend Barry. Barry is connecting people in El Salvador, and he came and picked us up, and he was our tour guide for the day. So he took us to the historic center in San Salvador. Now, the shameful truth on this is it was the first time Nikki and I have been to the historic center in the 2.5 years we've been here.
Yeah.
So
we were really impressed.
We were.
It's looking incredible.
Yeah, we can't say what it was like beforehand because we weren't there, but the experience that we had there was really good.
Yeah.
We went to the new library, which was great. And then we went to the pool hall, which was called...
I've got it in there.
Oh, have you?
Club La Dahlia.
La Dahlia. Okay, there you go. Club La Dahlia. If you can find that, it's got some really good historic culture in it. Like the building still has like some really cool designs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what it does, and like, okay, I've never been to Cuba, but it reminds me... let's say it reminds me how I felt with it is it looked like an old, really old pool hall back in the day of sort of real old Latin America, sort of like Cuba style. it was just really funky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which
the
is good.
photos of the people all dressed up. So it must have been pre-Civil War days. And they were all dressed up. It was obviously the place to go. There would look like there was lots of sort of well-dressed gangsters. That's what it reminded me of, a big gangster place. Yeah.
Oh, definitely wealthy people.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, maybe. And what was cool, while we were in the square, a TV crew came up and they wanted to talk to Barry.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. The guy wanted a challenge. He was basically, he had pretty good English actually. He had good English, and he said, give me a challenge and I'll do it on the camera. And Barry wanted him to repeat a really complicated Dutch word.
Yeah, it was a beach.
A name of a beach, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't repeat it, but it was funny. So that was quite cool. And then we actually ended up having a really good conversation with him. He was a really good guy.
And reckons he was famous. So he said he may come up to Berlin. So we may do an interview with him up here in the studio.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then we actually ate at the Biblioteca Cafe, which was underneath the library. And just it's basically it's a cafe, like it's not really a full restaurant. But we were able to pay with Bitcoin, and we were really surprised because we've eaten at this cafe and at another location, and apparently, thank you to a couple of local Bitcoiners who have been working really hard on them, got them to accept, which is very cool. So that was really happy. We were really happy about that. And then later... Keep going. Later in the day, we headed to the Bitcoin...
I was going to say one other place that I didn't run in the library.
Oh, I mentioned the library briefly, but
but let's
talk about it in detail.
Yeah, because we went up to the new library, which we hadn't been. Now, this is open 24/7, and there's all these, it's amazing. You walk in, there's all these PlayStations for different ages of children, and they can come in, and at every PlayStation or area of learning, there is someone there to help them. Now, apparently they have to spend a certain amount of time reading before they're allowed to go onto the computers or the PlayStations.
Yeah.
So they've got to read a certain length of time before they're actually allowed to go and use the technical side of things. But it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive, yeah.
It's amazing. Like, we were actually surprised at some of the areas that were quiet. So you've got some great learning areas in there for children, especially. And adults could use them as well if they wanted.
Yeah.
And there was nobody in them.
No.
And they have a dedicated person in there to guide anybody through the education in those areas as well. Like they had a lady there showing people about Braille.
Yeah, they had a full Braille section and books and everything, which was really, really cool.
And she could speak enough English, and I think she was excited to talk to us in English, which was quite cool. But there was another section for children, which was quite a what would you call it, like an experiential section where you could touch things and move things. It was a bit sciencey, and they had a full-time person in there. So the opportunity for people in El Salvador to experience technologies and option to learn, especially getting, guidance from a person who's in there full time is pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we went so that evening we then headed up. So we went home for a quick nap, I think. Big day, getting old. And then Barry picked us up again and took us to the Bitcoin Embassy. So we went to the Bitcoin Embassy for our first NOSTR Devs meetup. And
we went to the first NOSTR a year ago.
Oh man! Oh, okay. Yeah, true. Well, it wasn't like...
I know it wasn't.
It was like that was like the beginning of NOSTR in El Salvador.
Yeah.
And then this was our first NOSTR Devs meetup. Yeah. So the first one, Bitcoin landing spot.
Yeah.
And we took a photo because I don't know if I should be mentioning names or not. So I'm going to leave it out at the moment. That's all it is. But the first people that we met there, they had started a project together 1 year later. We were all there to the month taking a photo together, which was really cool.
No, it was really great. It was at the Bitcoin Embassy. If you have got any interest in NOSTR, I think it's actually really good to go and sit. I love the structure of how they did it. So they had pulled up some tools and information on NOSTR, and they went through it, and then they went through each one, and then you could ask questions or you could have a discussion about it, and then they went through the next one. And I thought that was really good, and it really helped if you had some interest in NOSTR, you could ask questions and you could learn more. And if you knew about it, you could help.
It was a unique format.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
It.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, the fact that you wouldn't really know much about NOSTR, right? But you felt like it was actually quite a... Yeah, so that's a good sign, right? Like, I mean, I enjoyed it as well. Like, there was... they actually presented... So it's sponsored by Illuminodes. And Illuminodes have actually put out a free open source piece of software called Cribs, which allows you... This is basically nerd stuff for NOSTR people, to manage your private key without exposing it to the internet. And I've got a browser plugin for this, so I don't expose my key. But there was another system which could allow me to basically take it anywhere, but I had to pay for it, and I didn't want to pay for it because if I forgot a payment, I'd lose access. And anyway, this service, I was like, wow, this is a really cool tool. So I learned a lot of new stuff in there. I really appreciated the work that they're putting out and the stuff they're doing. So if you're into NOSTR and you're in El Salvador, I would recommend timing it with the end of the month to go and check that out.
Absolutely. And they cook pizzas, not pizzas, pupusas, so you have pupusas for dinner.
It was almost like a pupusa pizza. I had a beef, it was res, which is beef, and beef and cheese, and this was good quality beef and cheese in this pupusa. Like, I was like, I normally order 5 because I can get through them. I was having trouble getting through them because these were good pupusas. Yeah. I was full. All right.
So that was great. All right. So we're now up to our service. So our service.
Oh, look at that. It's on the side there. It's our book. It's our ebook.
Inside Guide to the Move to El Salvador.
I'm showing my t-shirt as well because it's a cool t-shirt.
Yeah,
you guys can ask questions about the t-shirt too. But the service is our ebook, and the reason we're talking about it is because we just updated it. And anybody who has purchased it in the past, send us an email if you want a new copy, because I'll need to manually do that. We have had one person do that already, and I need to send it to you because you're probably going to watch it after the live and say, James, where's my ebook? Yeah. So I am aware. I will send it.
Yeah.
Some of the things that are in there, we talk about how to get an NIT, which is your National Tax Identification Number. And it's actually not too hard to do. It's just knowing how to do it. And one of the things about the ebook is you can go and actually Google all of this information and go to chat groups, if you can find the chat groups, and ask questions and try and figure it out. Or our ebook has it all in one place.
Yeah.
Tips on buying a car.
Yeah, so that's why the NIT, why you need an NIT. Oh. And so, I mean, the reasons for getting an NIT is you can't buy a car without your NIT. You can't open a bank account without your NIT, and you also can't buy a property without your NIT.
Yeah.
So these are just things why you would choose to get an NIT.
And basically for an NIT, you need about 1 hour, 2 hours of time. You need your passport, and you need about $5 in cash. And then you go to...
Los Cascados is one of the places you can go.
Yeah, Los Cascadas. Los Cascados Mall is probably the easiest place to go. It's in the middle of a nice area. It's easily accessible via an Uber or your own car, and they're not too busy.
No.
Yeah.
And then one of the other things that we've got, and this is, I mean, we're only pointing out a couple of things in the ebook. One is just, different chat groups. Different chat groups that we sort of recommend that you go and join. Now, the reason for joining chat groups is the fact you can ask many questions. There's a couple of thousand on a few of them, so it's a great way for you to integrate and connect with people who are already here, or people who are looking at moving here, or people selling things here. So there's so much information in there. If you wish to get involved in those. And one of them is the Bitcoin in El Salvador's Telegram group, which you may have heard of. We've got there's also Bitcoin person-to-person trades, El Salvador. So that's a WhatsApp group. So that's something, so if you had Bitcoin and you wanted to trade for some cash, do peer-to-peer, or vice versa, then that's a way you can go in and get that. Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about that on when we get to Sunday, because we actually had a few of those experiences. People coming to El Salvador for the first time, wanting to buy Bitcoin, and they're like, how do I do it? And we're like, well, the best way is actually peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
And we can give you some information on how to do that.
Yeah.
So
there's we've got lots of information in the book. How to get residency, as James mentioned, how to buy a car, what you need to do before you even leave your country. So yeah.
Mark's just mentioned that your volume could be up a bit. So Tim, could you please just raise that? Thank you, Mark. Thanks for letting us know, guys. We can't hear ourselves.
I think yeah. Is that better?
We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you want to sort of talk? Sorry. Yeah.
Well, there's a few. Upsell our ebook. Would you like to say you're okay? Here's a really good analogy. You can spend hours, days, weeks, months going through chat groups trying to get the information for free, and you may get good information, you may get wrong information. What we've basically done is we've consolidated the information down to reliable experiences that we've had, and then we save people time and money effectively, because every hour that you spend searching is an hour that you could be building a skill to earn money somewhere else. And you'll probably, what's your time worth? Is it worth $1 an hour, or is it worth $20 an hour, or $40 an hour? And if you spend 10 hours, $400 an hour, $400 over 10 hours, I mean, the ebook's only 10% of that cost, and you get a list of things and questions. Like, we answer a whole heap of questions up front. So this book saves people time and money. And the reason we put it together is because a lot of people come and ask us questions. We've had a lot of time wasters in the past. And this is basically hey, if you're serious about coming to El Salvador, you will probably spend that money to get this book and save yourself the hassle of looking in the wrong places, and know how to do things like the questions to ask when you rent a house, because things like a washing machine are not common. And if you've got kids and you don't ask that question when you rent a house, you may be quite frustrated and then have to spend $400 to $600 on a washing machine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Or even find out the house doesn't have enough water to run a washing machine.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks. That's our plug.
Yes. Go and check it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Thursday.
Okay, so we were still in San Salvador Thursday, and we got up and we worked again in the Airbnb, and then had a really nice coffee. Then we headed off for some breakfast, and so we went for a wander, and we found a little sort of small side street with a lady there, and she did like fruit juices and things. So we thought we'd stop and get a fruit juice from her. Really lovely. We both got juices, and then we also got an egg sandwich. And what did you get?
A
waffle.
I got a waffle.
Yeah, waffle. That's right.
I realised we also offered our QR code, but we're gonna we haven't done the thing. But we're not gonna do it now.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. Tim's hot on the. I like it, man. This guy is sharp. He's paying attention. We're gonna do it after Thursday. How about that?
Okay.
Right.
So we also asked her if we could pay in Bitcoin, and she said no. But what was really good was she was open to us going through the Bitcoin process, talking to her about the wallets. She did have Chivo, but she couldn't open her Chivo wallet. So this happens quite a lot. We find that people have forgotten their code or their password or whatever it is, and they can't access it. So we got her to download the Blink wallet, and what James did was he actually sent her some money onto her Bitcoin part of her Blink wallet. But then what he often does is anyone new, he'll actually also send them some stable stats. And it's a great way for them to see that there's two different types of way to store their Bitcoin on their Blink. And so they can either store it as Bitcoin or they can store it as stable sats, which is really cool. And then they get the opportunity to choose what they want to accept.
Tim, can I please have camera 4?
And I'm
going to, look at that. So for anybody who's curious, this is the Blink wallet. And you can see I'm rich with
$30.62.
47,000 sats. But what the point of showing you this is that we've got the Bitcoin there and the dollars. And what I'll often do is send people $1 in Bitcoin sats and $1 as a dollar or stable sats. And that way they have the experience of watching the Bitcoin go up and down versus the stable dollar, just to do education, basically. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was good. So yeah, she was really open to accepting and seeing, but she wasn't ready to accept for her business. But maybe soon. But I think one of the things that I found was she's going, I can't spend it here. There's nowhere to spend it. And she goes, you can't spend it in
at the
dollar
supermarket.
store. You can't spend it at the supermarket. And we're going, actually, you can. You just need to ask, because the dollar store accepts it. Super Select accepts it.
Yep.
Walmart accepts it. So she kept coming up with these places, and we're going, well, actually, you can pay there. So that was, quite interesting, just that mentality of, no one will accept it here.
Yeah.
So we then headed back to the Airbnb, did some more work, and we received a message that the car was ready, so that was really awesome. So we needed lunch by the stage, so we took an Uber to a really great cafe called Luma in San Salvador, and that was just they do make their own sourdough, they have really good coffee, they have really good desserts. So we had a nice meal, and they also accept Bitcoin. We did a bit of a sticker swap with them.
Yeah,
which was
that was
quite fun, and they were happy to take some photos. And
there should be a photo in here somewhere
Yeah.
of the barista. She did an awesome pose. I was like, can you do something fun? And she put it on thick. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a really good meal. If anyone's in San Salvador, we're learning lots of good places that you can eat a good quality meal for a good price.
Yeah. And then we took another Uber to pick up the car. Now, it was really great to thank you to BTC or Bitcoin Cars. They helped us find the mechanic, and we were able to pick the car up and pay with Bitcoin, which was really cool.
I actually need to do a Twitter post about that. Thank you. I forgot to take a photo at the mechanics, but yeah, Bitcoin Cars, Richard, he's helped us out a lot, and this is one of those things from the ebook where basically knowing that there's a guy like this in town who's already vetted his mechanic, he's got places you can, he also helps people buy cars. Knowing who to contact straight away and have a good experience it's going to save you so much time and money. So Richard from Bitcoin Cars, if you're coming to El Salvador, if you want to rent, if you want to buy, if you need repairs, this is the guy to talk to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then we went and had a look at a couple of stores for Nikki, or for me, which was great. And one of the stores we went into, we said to the lady at the counter, would she accept Bitcoin? And she thought about it, and she goes, yes, she would.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. So, and again,
blew me away.
Her Chivo wallet didn't work, she couldn't access it. So we got her onto the Blink, and we showed her how the Blink worked. Again, James did the Bitcoin and StableSats, and then we paid for the item as well, which was really cool. And she was, it was one of those stores you went into, and she saw me looking at a couple of things, and then she sort of knew the style, knew what it was that I was after, and she just went off and got all the things that I would have picked out. So really, really grateful for that.
She was a sweetie. I think she was super grateful that we were in her store, and then when we asked if we could pay with Bitcoin, I think she was just so happy we're going to buy something. She'd do whatever it took to get the payment. So that was awesome. Like Nikki's mentioned, the Chivo wallet, she had trouble logging in, so we got her on the Blink wallet, and then we showed her that she can even take the money out through the bank, through her Blink wallet, and that makes a big difference to people here, where they can see they can save it as a dollar, or take it out to the bank, or move it back to their Chivo and do it that way.
Yeah. And then so then we headed back to the Airbnb, and then we went down to the My First Bitcoin meetup, which is the end of the month, their monthly meetup. And it was, again, great to catch up with some old friends that we haven't seen for ages. New people were there. Yeah, we met lots of new people.
Yeah.
Lots of new people there. It was, really cool.
It was very cool. It was a great meetup. The My First Bitcoin end of month meetup is also a really good event. It's bigger than the weekly one, but it's a really good opportunity to network with the My First Bitcoin teachers, because they have a whole heap of them there. And also hear what John's got to say. He's generally at that meetup. The networking is really good. It was in, I think, San Benito area. Really nice restaurant, well priced. They accepted Bitcoin.
It was in Bamboo sort
shopping
of mall.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was really good.
And they accepted Bitcoin.
They did.
Right. So you're going to do something on camera 4? Wait a sec, don't move there yet.
We are. Give me a moment. I should have been preparing. All right. So anybody, open up your Bitcoin wallet, because we have a voucher sitting here which you can scan. And so what I've done is so you may find you have to compete with the QR code at the top. But if you can scan, now you got 3 QR codes to compete with. But this is a system where we can sell Bitcoin to somebody, and that should be enough time for people to scan that, and somebody will claim it, which would be pretty cool. And I wonder if I'll see it actually disappear on here as soon as it's claimed. That'd be an interesting question. Let's see. Reveal. I don't think it's been claimed yet. All right.
Okay.
So let's have a look.
All right.
We'll carry on.
Friday.
Yep, Friday. I'm going to, hang on, my links. I want to see. Let's move it. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Find out. We woke up early. I don't know why. Why did we wake up early?
I don't know. Well, we were packing the car up. We're leaving.
Okay. Yeah. And we had more awesome coffee. Oh, that ticket has been claimed. There we go. Look at that. Someone got in on it. Awesome. Congratulations. But that's how awesome it is. We can send money through this video call value.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And that could be anywhere in the country that could go to.
Yeah, we can give it out.
Yeah.
Can't
or the world, should I say.
Yeah. Try giving out $1 over a credit card over a live video stream. Try giving your children $1 over the phone with a credit card. It's so difficult. And I read that today on NOSTR, actually. I was reading through the NOSTR posts, and someone was talking about, my child has a NOSTR, a Lightning wallet, and he then pays me the $5 for the game that he wants on his phone, and then I purchase it on the App Store, and they've got some sort of family plan where they can deploy the game to the child's device. And he's like, I can't do that with cash, let alone a credit card. Like, I can't pay him $1 into a bank account that he can then pay me with. And that's a really good point. Like, we live in a digital world where pocket money is children are almost excluded from the banking system at the moment. Because in the past, pocket money could be cash and it wouldn't be a big problem. Oh, look. Muchas gracias para tu conocimiento, Illuminodes. So I think I know who's collected that. And he's paid us 1,427 sats there. That's awesome.
Cool.
Thank you. Anyway, rant over about James and pocket money for children.
Okay, Friday.
Woke up early. We had lots of yummy coffee from the host, which was really good.
We actually ended up buying a couple of packets.
Yes.
Where's that last packet? No. Sorry, that will come.
And then we actually pushed them to accept payment in Bitcoin, but we couldn't get them there. We tried. And then we headed off to the beach. I think we stopped. So we actually went to the mall first.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had a few stops.
Yeah, went to the mall first. And then we went to the beach. Oh, right. Okay, yep.
James is trying to understand my notes. So
I am. Do you want to?
I can go.
Yep.
Okay, so we headed. We left San Salvador and we headed down to the beach, which was really cool. We stopped off at San Blas. We had some old friends that we've known since only a couple of months after we arrived here. They moved into the same place as we were living, and we went. And they're leaving El Salvador and they're moving off over to Europe. And so that's really sad. So we managed to catch up with them before they all head away. So, but just really nice. It's been an amazing journey with them, and I'm sure we'll catch up with them at some point when we go and do some travels.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back a little bit. We also stopped at La Libertad.
Yes,
and
we did.
We went into the Mercado there. And I noticed that there was a post today from the government and I can't remember, but there was a post there from the government about buying local foods and things like that. And we used to shop at the local Mercado in La Libertad a lot. And these are lots of local people who have got local fresh fruits and vegetables. When I say local, that also includes Honduras and Guatemala. But it's better than buying processed goods that have been imported from other extreme countries. But anyway, we went in there and we caught up with a few of the vendors that we used to buy from, which was really good. And we bought a couple of things that we've been having trouble finding up here, which was good. But yeah, then we met up with our friends and said goodbye to them, which was really good. And we stopped at the Uno store and purchased petrol and snacks. So yes, we purchased, we actually stopped at our cocoa vendor, Oscar and Marlene, if you've seen our video on that. And we bought a cocoa from them, which was great. They're still accepting Bitcoin. So they're there a lot of weekends at the moment. Yeah, which is really cool. So if you want to buy Bitcoin on your way down to, if you want to buy a cocoa with Bitcoin on your way down to the beach, On the weekends.
Energy.
Yeah. This is a big week. We've had a really
huge.
big
I know,
week.
we're still talking.
Yeah,
That's
still
what I was
talking.
thinking. We're still
I
talking,
know.
and it's yeah.
Is it
Sorry
boring,
about that.
Tim? We could ask Tim.
No.
Is it boring?
Boring.
Boring. Oh no.
It is boring?
Boring.
Boring.
See if anyone else
Okay.
thinks it's
Oh,
boring.
dear.
Do you guys think it's boring? Tell us
Okay.
in the chat.
Right, let's keep moving.
Okay.
Come on.
So anyway, we also bought our fuel with Bitcoin at
Yeah.
the local Puma station, which
Yeah.
was good. And then we went to Atami to meet our friend Ainut, and she hosted us for an awesome weekend, which was
Yeah.
really cool. She's been asking us to do that for a while. Comes up to visit us here in Berlin as well. One of my... Oh, we're talking about that the next day. We did it the next day,
Yeah.
so I won't say it. And then we had a lot of rain in the evening, and we hung out and caught up. And yeah, it was really good. We had beef baked better mince, I think.
We did.
We did.
Beef baked minutes. Yep. So yeah.
Stacking
it's really
friends
good.
who stack sats.
Stack sats.
That's
yeah.
what the t-shirt says.
Okay, Saturday. So yeah, we spent blah 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 blah. We spent the day pretty much hanging out at Atami. We went down to the saltwater pools, which is just really lovely. If you get an opportunity to go and do that, it's just especially when the seas are as rough as it is at the moment. You can just go and hang out, and the salt is so salty you just can lie. I nearly actually fell asleep lying on the back in the pool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Just really good.
I was surprised at how well they could float.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the salt.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah. No, it's really nice. And then we caught up. Then we saw Doris down on the beach, enjoying the sunshine. So we went and sat with her for a while and had a coconut down there. Did they pay? Did they accept Bitcoin?
Yes, they did.
They did.
They
so
did.
down on the beach at Parasito.
I think so.
Yeah.
But this is literally a shack on the beach,
Yeah.
and they took Bitcoin. That
So
was
we
so
had,
cool.
so we all had a coconut there and hung out and chatted. And then we went for a drive, sort of up in the hills, which was quite good, just checking out what was there, what was sort of around. We got to the point where we had to turn around because it got a bit rough. Then we went to Canigwe Cafe and we had a
No, we
bit of
didn't.
a
No,
naughty
we
treat.
didn't. No, we didn't.
Canigwe?
No, we
what-
didn't.
Oh, no, it's not Canigwe. What was it called?
Cadejo.
Oh, sorry, Cadejo.
Canigwe is one of our favourite
Yes. So we went to
restaurants in
Cadejo on the
El Zonte.
waterfront and
But yeah.
beautiful view, stunning food. They didn't accept Bitcoin though.
No.
So yeah, apparently one of the ones does in San Salvador, but
Yes,
not many
because
others.
Bitcoin, my first Bitcoin have meetups at one that accepts
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
And then we went back to Ainut's for the afternoon snooze and had again another lovely night and great chats.
Yes. Eco, I see your message there. I'm just going to mention it now. Yes, there is a meetup tonight. You obviously haven't been watching from the beginning of the show. But we actually have something from Ronnie for you. So please come along tonight and pick it up. Right. Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, I'm behind on my flag. So if you have questions, please ask them in the chat. We're on Rumble and YouTube today, and we're going to answer them when that little flag there, that little Salvadoran flag, gets to Q&A. We'll answer all your questions about Bitcoin, life in El Salvador, stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Bitcoin Farmers Market. Wow. It was a really good farmers market. We bought these. Well, we actually bought 2 t-shirts.
Yes, I didn't wear mine, but I should have.
Should have.
Yeah.
But it's all about stacking friends who stack sats. Now, this comes from Sat Azul, our good friend Gerardo. He will print custom shirts to order. So I specifically wanted this Salvadoran blue with this awesome 70s looking yellow and logo. I love it. It's really cool. But yeah, he will custom print meme shirts around Bitcoin for you, which is really awesome. So it was a slow start to the morning, but the blue sky made a couple of tweets to get it out there, show people that the whole heap of vendors were still turning up, even though it was a bit sort of hit and miss with the weather. The only thing was we were missing the coffee.
Coffee and food.
And food.
We only had the French bakery. They did really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there was no food at the market and no coffee.
It was
a bit disappointing.
Yep.
We were hungry.
So it was good. We spent quite a bit of time getting people onto wallets, which was really good. So we had a few people from the States. I think 3 in particular.
Yep.
I think it was 3, which we put them onto Coin OS because they can't use Blink, and many apps that are on the App Store have been removed because they're in the United States. And then we did a peer-to-peer trade. And they were like, how do I buy Bitcoin now? Because they didn't want to use their Bitcoin on an exchange. They wanted to use, well, whatever it is, hardware wallet, cold wallet, hot wallet. They didn't want to take that Bitcoin and put it on their wallet, Lightning wallet. So I said, you do a peer-to-peer trade. Have you got any cash? And they're like, yep, I got a $20 bill, put it down, and then I basically give them $20 of Bitcoin, and that's it. And they're just like, wow, this is easy, fast. And it's like, yes, it is.
And I did too at the store buying soap, and they wanted to pay in cash, and I said, do you not have a wallet? And they said, yeah, I've got my wallet. And they said, but I've got no Bitcoin on there. And I said, okay, well, let's just do a trade. And so that, even though it was sort of like swapping back and forth, but it was fine.
Yeah.
It was great. They really appreciated it and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Delivery fee.
Delivery fee. 11,000. Oh, thank you. Okay, that must be for the miner. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's here for the pickup.
Yep.
All right. Then so we actually helped quite a few people. I think we talked a lot about that. Someone even asked about cold wallets, and we took them to Ronnie. It was great to see Ronnie there with the hardware store.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him there for a while, or Jamie. Those guys do a great job in providing hardware services and education to people in El Zonte, and they've even got a mini store here in Berlin. So if you're here in Berlin, you can get some stuff.
Yeah. We even went and visited that afterwards.
We did.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So that was lots of firsts.
Lots of firsts.
This week. Yeah.
First meetups, first peoples,
Yeah.
first locations. It was good.
Yeah.
And then we had a great time, even though it was still quite a busy farmers market, even though the weather was a bit iffy. And then we packed up and we drove back to Berlin, and we even picked up a hitchhiker. Yeah. Kind of. It was someone we met at the Tuesday night meetup, and they were like, hey, can we have a ride? And we're like, yeah, got a spare seat. So they got a ride up to Berlin with us, which was awesome. And when we got home, Nikki said on the way, hey, there's a birthday at the Standard. Thank you for hosting, Tim.
Thanks for hosting, Tim.
And Evelyn had probably one of the funniest birthdays I've ever been to.
It was great.
It was really good.
Cool. We got shown what it is to have a traditional Salvadoran birthday party. Yeah. And that was fun.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
She even had piñatas for the adults. Who gets piñatas for adults? Isn't that cool? And these things, man, they're way more... I was worried that, beating these things, I'd crack open really quickly because there was like 20 people or something. But no, these things take a hiding. Yeah. Yeah. I was really impressed. Okay. That's it?
Question and answers.
Yes. All right.
Sorry, it has been a lot longer than normal, guys.
Yeah, we're at 5:30.
Yep.
So let's do it.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's have a look. Well, okay. So FSV 99, that is a very cool number, maybe even cooler than the 100 milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. That's why we did it, to advertise ourselves. But it's the last of the double digits. We're going into the triple digits now. Yep.
Okay, Mark Bitcoin. Woot, I made it. Holla. Hi, Mark. Thank you so much. In fact, all of you for listening in and putting up with our rants. Yeah. Yeah. We do, honestly, we really appreciate people coming and turning up and watching the show. Yeah. We feel crazy sometimes, but you guys keep coming back, so we just keep turning up as well. Keep going. Yeah. All right. Are you going to go?
Where am I up to? Karen?
Yes.
Wow, 99. You both have been so helpful. We have been watching since the start. We'll hopefully be moving there soon. Awesome. Look forward to it,
Yeah,
Karen.
So make sure you let us know if you do come up to Berlin or come and check Berlin out. Make sure you let us know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, yes, you read my mind. You knew what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say it in front of Tim. I'm not... All right, Nikki.
Okay. Bastian, hi, saludos, and hello. Hello. Thank you for joining. Mark Bitcoin. So how do you make those blink things? Do they expire? I'd like to give them away with my thing I sell.
Awesome. Okay. There's a web. I should actually post the web URL in the description down below. I can't remember which messenger we're chatting on, but how about we connect? I think we're going to connect over something else, but it's voucher.blink.sv. If you go to that website, or that domain name of Blink, you can then log in with your Blink wallet and then you can create a voucher in there. So you can go in there and you can create it. It's meant to be, it's meant to be for the point of sale thing, but you can use it on your phone, which is pretty cool.
Karen, what was the date of the Bitcoin adoption? I missed what you said. So it's the 15th and 16th of November, but the day before on the 14th is the unconference, so make sure you're here for that, because that's the My First Bitcoin unconference. Also, Bitcoin Beach will be doing a Spanish
Mini conference.
Paso
Yeah.
mini conference too, on a day they haven't set what day it is. And then you can't come to El Salvador without coming to Berlin, so you need to make sure you've got some days to come up here as well.
Yeah. Like, you can't. It's impossible.
If you're a Bitcoiner, you need to come to Berlin to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tim, should people come to Berlin?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Solid yes. Didn't even hesitate. Look at that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Stay at standard.
And then Mark wants a link to the Airbnb. Yes, absolutely.
No.
But
no. Well, if we give away the link, then everyone's going to know our favourite Airbnb.
No, we could do that. No problem. And then just a peace out or a hang loose from
Australia?
Bastian. Australia, it looks like, yeah.
It looks like an Australian flag. Or is it one of the islands? I can't tell.
Yeah, and then Market Bitcoin, why does it need to be open 24 hours? This is, we're talking about the library.
Yeah.
I'm unsure, but it is 24 hours, 7 days a week. And I suppose, so people work long hours here.
Yep.
And so maybe it's just the opportunity that they get to come and enjoy it as well. Yeah.
I think the reason that they choose to have it open 24 hours is then there's no excuses, right?
Yeah.
So the whole point of the library and the Kubo centres that are around the country are that you don't have an excuse not to help yourself. And Bukele is giving people the tools to educate themselves, and if they choose to sit at home and watch TikTok or YouTube, that's on them. Or if they choose to go to the library at 2 a.m. and learn something, then more power to them. And I would say that is why things like the Kubo centres and the library are open 24 hours, and I think that is like that is a leader that is saying, hey, here are the tools, it's up to you to do something with them. So that's my opinion on that, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah. And then where we're going,
so the sound was better, and then going dark.
Dark.
More hang looses from El Salvador. Bolivian billionaire, gonna get me that ebook, will save so much time for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome, and we know
Thank
who
you.
that is, so thank you. Yeah.
Oh, we need to catch up. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
There's things I gotta come and talk to you. There's things I gotta do.
Yep. Echo Bitcoiners Berlin meetup tonight. Absolutely. Mark Bitcoin, no, not boring.
Thank
cool.
you. You're just being kind.
That.
Yeah.
And then, Echo said, "Lo, sorry, I fell asleep."
Yeah.
Hope that wasn't watching us.
No. Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. Are we that boring, man?
Jeez.
Oh, I think I was giving her a hard time about not watching the start of the show.
Yeah, it was.
All right. And then
Echo again.
reminds me of my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Reminds me of that 70s show. But thank you. I'll take. Do I take that as a compliment? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a compliment. Early 80s shirt. Yes. Yeah. Late 70s. Yeah. There we go. And, Bolivian billionaire. Tell me I'm good, James. I just figured out how to do my scan thing with my Blink wallet.
Wow.
Awesome. Do the scan thing with the Blink wallet.
So did you get the scan?
I'm not sure. No, because the Illuminodes.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Okay, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, but yeah, we need to catch up later this week. That'd be really good.
Okay.
We're going to talk about outro stuff.
Outro stuff.
Don't go to the outro,
No.
but we're going to talk about the outro.
We learnt last week. Yeah.
All right. Please, if you want to learn more about all of the events that are coming up in El Salvador, we have a newsletter which goes out normally on a Tuesday. Occasionally I am late, but it goes out most Tuesdays. and it has a list of all of the events in El Salvador and generally a link to find more information. Remember to verify just in case the event is cancelled, because some of them are cancelled and we don't update it.
And also some change, and there's new ones popping up and we don't get told.
Yep.
So yeah, I actually go searching for them to make sure we've got them.
Yeah, but we've basically got a list of the biggest events that happen regularly in El Salvador, and if there's anything new coming up and you know it's coming up, feel free to tell us and say, hey, this should be in the newsletter this week or month or whatever.
In fact, there is going to be a new one too. Bitcoin Embassy are going to do a meetup on a Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. Now, they haven't confirmed whether it's going to be the last Saturday of July, but I'm guessing by then, they've got enough time to get that set up. So, yeah, if you want to do a last Saturday of the month meetup, there will be that as well.
Well, I actually put it in the last newsletter for the last day.
So we have,
so it's in there, but it would have been and gone already. Oh, I put it in. No,
because we...
Oh, no, yes, it is in there. Yes, sorry, I'm in June, July, J's. Yep.
Right. So the last,
Whoa, apparently...
we just sold an ebook.
Yeah,
wow.
That's awesome.
Great, thank you.
That's super cool. Look at that. Do you know they have to buy with sats? You can't buy with dirty fiat. How about that? Oh, that's what he might mean by working out how the scan thing works on his wallet. It all makes sense now. Okay. Thank you. We appreciate that. That's funny. Good. I should be in there.
Yep. Also, just one of the biggest things that are coming up is the Adopting BTC. It is on the 15th and 16th of November. Book your tickets. The tickets are going up at midnight tonight. So make sure you book your tickets. There is actually a 10%, is it 10% discount? A 10% discount if you use the Bitcoin Berlin code, which I need to find out what it is, and we will get that in there.
Has it been advertised on the Twitter?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure.
It might have been on the Twitter.
Yeah.
So you might be able to save yourself 10% if you book before midnight.
Yeah. And as we've said before, make sure you don't just come for the adopting, come before, come after, so you can check out what's actually happening here in El Salvador, because there is a lot of adoption happening, even in San Salvador. I mean, a lot of people didn't accept Bitcoin, but there were also a lot of people open to learn about it and to look into it, which is great.
Shout out to btcmap.org. If you want to see the adoption that's happening in Berlin, in San Salvador, El Salvador, the world, go to that. You can use it on your phone as an app, or you can use it on your PC as a website, and you can actually see a huge number of businesses all over the world that are accepting Bitcoin right now. The community is keeping that up to date as best they can, but it's also a way when you're visiting a location to see if there's any Bitcoin accepting businesses around. Berlin is currently number 2 on the global leaderboard for circular economies, which is really awesome. We're competing with Brazil at the moment in terms of density, which is really cool.
All right, that's us.
Is that us? I feel like there should be more to say. But we really appreciate you guys coming in, tuning in. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
Talk to people about Bitcoin.
Subscribe.
Yes, share it with people. If you've got any friends who want to learn more about Bitcoin, they can come on this show and they can ask in the little Q&A section down here, which would be really cool.
They can buy a book, or they could also buy a call with us too,
as well.
And we can absolutely help out with any questions when it comes to moving to El Salvador or Bitcoin related.
Yeah, we help people use Lightning wallets for free. So if you wanted to learn how to use a Lightning wallet so you can buy the book or just do general transactions with your family, let us know. More than happy to help people with that. We help people each week as well at the market. Oh man, we forgot. Did we mention that this Sunday is going to be Farmers Market in Berlin?
Yes, I did earlier on.
Nikki did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it again so you guys don't forget, and you have a reason to come up to Berlin this week.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Have a great week.
Bye.